Всем привет, Labdien, welcome to my channel, Alice Yummy Food. I'm so excited to see you all here today. I've prepared something extra special for you. Since Easter's just around the corner, I wanted to do something a little bit more special. Now, this recipe is still super quick and easy and can be done probably in about 15-20 minutes. All the ingredients are super available everywhere in the supermarket, so you can find everything. We do not require any complicated things, and we're going to be making this delicious puff pastry salmon, also called Salmon Wellington. I've also included a little cheeky bit of cheese in there. As you guys know, I love cheese. I really think you will enjoy this dish. It's a little bit naughty, meaning, it does have puff pastry in there, but the crust in the salmon is so juicy inside. You're gonna love me for this recipe. I really hope you enjoy this video, and thank you so much for watching it. And I'll include the link to the recipe on my blog, which you can get, and I can't wait to see your Salmon Wellingtons. Now, what are you waiting for? Let's get cooking! Woo! In a large pan, I'm gonna add my spinach. Don't add any oil or nothing, just preheat your pan until it's nice and hot. Then add salt. And then add minced garlic. I like to add it straight away, and then mix everything together with your spatula or tongs while it's cooking. All you want to do, you just want to mix the garlic together with spinach and salt, and this process literally takes about 2 minutes, if not less. It completely depends on the heat of your pan. Once it's cooked, you want to take this off the pan and place it onto a plate, and you're going to leave it to cool down for a couple of minutes until it's, good to touch, because we want to squeeze all the excess water from the spinach. Once your spinach has cooled down, you want to take it and squeeze all the excess water into a plate, and then put it into a different plate just like that. Make sure you take all the garlic bits as well, as they add so much flavor to this recipe and it's amazing. Place cream cheese and salt into a bowl, and then mix everything together until it's nice and smooth. Then take a puff pastry, roll it out, and we're only going to be using half of it. Half that. If you're making more Salmon Wellingtons, then you should have more fillets, but this is enough for one sheet of pastry, and only we're using half. So place that onto your parchment paper, roll it out a little bit to make it nice and neat, and just to give more space for your salmon fillets. Then take a knife and take off the skin from your salmon fillets. So just using a knife, pull back and take the skin off using a fish knife. Trust me, you will become better at this. Using a paper towel, you want to dry each salmon fillet, and then place it onto your puff pastry. Place salmon fillets right in the middle, just like that. And then you want to season them with salt and pepper. And lastly, add your creamed spinach with garlic. Cover the entire salmon in this delicious mouth-watering mixture. It's completely optional, but I like to add a bit of cheese, as this recipe is a little bit naughty, so why not make it a bit more naughty? I topped it up with more mozzarella cheese. You can also use cheddar or any other cheese that you like. Take the egg wash, mix it through, then using a pastry brush, brush the pastry around the sides and the corners, leaving space for the pastry to fold in. And then you want to fold in the pastry in half, and then overlaying the pastry together. If you don't have enough of the pastry, just stretch it out and pinch both sides. Then using the back of your knife, press down on the sides of the pastry and just cut off all the excess pastry if you want. I do this to make it look much neater and more pretty. Place your salmon Wellington upside down onto a baking tray lined with the parchment paper. Of course, the seal side down, so we cannot see the side that we've, stuffed the pastry with. Using a sharp knife, you want to mark few cuts on one side to create this beautiful pattern. Don't cut in too deep because you can damage the pastry, so just gently go one side and then the other side. And lastly, you want to egg wash the entire pastry one more time just to make sure it gets into these little holes. A little secret that I have here is to season your puff pastry after it's been egg washed with a bit of salt and pepper. This will create a beautiful, beautiful crust around the edges. Lastly, you want to bake the salmon Wellington in the preheated oven at 220 degrees Celsius or 430 Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes or until the pastry is golden and cooked through. You might want to leave it to cool down for a couple of minutes and then cut straight away into it once the dinner is ready. It smells absolutely amazing in the house. You can hear the crunch of the pastry being cut and it is so juicy inside. Oh guys, you're gonna love it. Salmon is really juicy, spinach is very creamy, and the puff pastry is so crunchy. It'll be so hard not to eat the entire pie. It's a perfect recipe for pretty quick dinner and for something a bit more special this Easter. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.